Barraclough with the second, matching up with Victor Wembanyama.
And right away a steal from Flag. Davis the lob, and Flag couldn't put it down. Davis will.
Barraclough with the second, matching up with Victor Wembanyama.
And right away a steal from Flag. Davis the lob, and Flag couldn't put it down. Davis will.
Shot trying to run a little split action. They couldn't get to it.
Davis fading away, drops it in.
It was a goaltend, but you know he's there.
Well, one of the most incredible Wemby stats from last year, Jay. He led the league in total blocks, playing just 46 games. Here is Wemby, the long strides, couldn't bank it in. And then Davis comes down with the rebound. Getting close to 5-on-5. And Kyrie Irving, Jason Kidd said, if you saw him practicing, you'd think he's ready to go right now. As Lively looks ready to go on the alley-oop. Here's AD. Burrows in, lost his footing, and the basketball. 9-8, first quarter action. Davis, the deep catch. Wembanyama there for the block.
In the preseason, but this ain't the preseason anymore.
Anthony Davis, too strong. Barnes stepped out of bounds. Thompson trying to wiggle into a whistle, could not. Davis gets fouled on the attempted slam. Thompson trying to wiggle into a whistle, could not. Davis gets fouled on the attempted slam. See the numbers in just 9 games with Davis last season after the trade. And Davis. Russell banks that in. That Mitch Johnson was talking about. I said, Wemby will try anything. He's open to all ways. This is somebody who they're very excited about, undrafted, out of Gonzaga. Led the nation in assists last year. Davis can't finish. Here's Harper. Dylan Harper making his debut, floats it up and off. Harper, the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft. Davis back ironing off. Castle blasting ahead. Rolls a pass to the
ball, and San Antonio's not letting him make the kind of passes they want to make.
Davis, no. The follow, and Cornette.
The ball, and San Antonio's not letting him make the kind of passes they want to make.
Davis, no. The follow, and Cornette.
The ball, and San Antonio's not letting him make the kind of passes they want to make.
Davis, no. The follow, and Cornette. And Davis hits the first. Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Shaq back to tip-off coverage at 6:30 Eastern. It was great seeing the guys open our coverage tonight. Led the nation in assists, averaging around 10 a game. It's going to be a lot easier for him to pass with the space you get in the NBA. At 6:30 Eastern. Also hear from the fellas at the half in this one. Davis couldn't finish.
Going right into Anthony Davis. Davis had his arms wrapped around him. Still he absorbed it and finished that play.
Off the rebound, here comes Wemby. And a whistle, going to go against Davis. Play after the All-Star break because of the deep vein thrombosis. Wemby's turning it over. He goes to the bench with a big smile and he said, I'm sorry, coach. Barnes, 5 to shoot. Too much on it. Here comes Russell. Is still very much in its development phases. That can be hard to adjust to, and Vassell and Johnson have both done it with great attitudes.
Well, they both want to win, and they both average over 20 points a game.
Is still very much in its development phases. That can be hard to adjust to, and Vassell and Johnson have both done it with great attitudes.
Well, they both want to win, and they both average over 20 points a game, and they both average over 20 points a game in an NBA season before Victor Wembanyama. So taking a little bit of a different role means they're going to win more.
Barnes can't hit the 3. George. Davis got Wemby in the air.
Throughout his career, I mean, he's the National Player of the Year in 2012 when he led Kentucky and John Calipari to his was unbelievable. I mean, he's a no-brainer #1 pick. But the way his offensive game has matured in the NBA.
The number 2 overall pick gets it into Wembanyama, guarded by Washington. Wembanyama, the fake, the reverse, and the foul. A figment of our basketball imagination. Comes in for the rebound. Here's Harper, fakes the 3. Vassell around and out. Wemby nearly put it back in. The deflection. Spurs by 2. Coming on 2 minutes to go in this first half. Davis. No.
That was a settle.
Wembanyama working Davis, spinning, taking, hitting, plus the foul. Few weeks, but around Thanksgiving time, things could get interesting. Castle leaves it short. Rebound lands with Davis.
Thought he'd go into the body if Derek Lively there trying to pick up another foul.
Davis elevates, can't finish. Another rebound for Wembanyama is 10. 11-0 Spurs run. Russell flings it out. Davis rims in a 3.
Fournette goes to the offensive glass every single time.
Here's Castle leaving for Cornet. Denied by Davis.
Fournette goes to the offensive glass every single time.
Here's Castle leaving for Cornet. Denied by Davis. Davis can't finish, didn't get the whistle. Castle, the crossover. And Davis, the breakup.
But then you got Victor Wembanyama protecting the basket. So even if you do get past Castle, you got to deal with Wembanyama around the hole.
21-point Spurs lead. Wembanyama on the bench has 31 and 10. 3 blocks as well. Davis again. And a timeout taken by Mitch Johnson.
In the half court, and they've done none of that really in that third quarter, Jay and Ryan.
Yeah, no, it's a great point, George. Certainly still struggle with that as Davis can't hit the 3.
Well, San Antonio's been able to disrupt any kind of rhythm that Dallas could establish. And, you know, basketball's a game of rhythm.
Davis can't hit. Wembanyama, his 13th rebound. Here's Ryan Nembhard. Wembanyama almost got a piece of that one.
At 38 points, he's only taken 2 threes.
Yeah. Davis jumper won't go. Another rebound. Wembanyama, his 14th.